Good day to you and welcome, I'm Beckerization, and today I'll show you Sunless Sea. Sunless Sea is an atmospheric roguelite RPG from Fail Better Games, which is set in a somewhat steampunk horror universe of fallen London. If you hate reading, then I can right away confidently say that you will not like this game. Now to the game itself. You start with a captain creation. Yes, a captain, because the world of fallen London is a sunken one. You travel as a captain with your ship and crew all over the Untersee, and your objective is to either get rich, discover everything, or simply die and let your successors start where you failed, at least partially. Every time you die, you can give your successor some kind of bonus, such as 50% of one of your statistics and 1 or 2 items from your ship. The gameplay is quite simple. You have your ship, you gather missions now and then, and you travel between the islands and uncover more and more of the world. There are 4 main aspects which you have to overcome and manage well: fuel, supplies, terror, and combat itself. Fuel and supplies are needed for the crew to move somewhere and not die. When you're low, you can always try to pray for the needed commodity, yet the payment is usually not worth it and you're about to die anyway. Terror is a resource which you can slowly get as you travel as well as during some encounters on land, but those more often lower the terror level. Once your terror gets really high, weird stuff starts to happen, and none of that is ever good. The last thing that can destroy you and your crew is a combat. The combat system is not really good, and at least not with the starting ship, and getting better ship takes a long time. To put it simply, you just swim around your opponent trying to hit it, yet with some enemies it is much harder. The diversity of enemies is good enough, yet the weaker seafarer combat system does not allow to really enjoy different enemies. Sunless Sea does not really have a story, but it offers plenty of quests and interesting locations to discover and create a story of your own. In this particular area, it is much more like a sandbox than a narrative game. But the writing, oh, it's something totally different from other sandbox, roguelite or roguelike titles, and it is simply amazing. The sheer amount of text in this game is astonishing. Every character has its own story, own personality and own desires. It is a grim setting, and the majority of characters is somewhat damaged by this. They are simply depressive, but they are also wacky and amusing plenty of times. The universe itself is full of interesting creatures with human attributes. Rats are obviously really good engineers, and every single time I talked with one, I really enjoyed it. I've read that the writing is something between Pratchett and Lovecraft, but I see a huge influence of Conrad's Heart of Darkness in this game. This indicates that the writing itself is not only really good, but also really difficult to understand, and even native speakers will have problems with some of the vocabulary. However, thanks to this, Sunless Sea looks like a true piece of art. The aesthetics are great. The ship itself and the enemies do not really look amazing, but the scenery does. All the islands are slightly different and their features are well done. Everything is grim and depressing, yet it is still alive and infuses you with lust for adventure and discovery. The music is however not that good. It's still not bad, but it slightly undermines the atmosphere which the art style is trying so much to create. You can currently buy Sunless Sea on Steam for $18.99, GOG for $16.99 and a Humble Store for €16.99 or your regional equivalent. It's a solid price for a game which offers a good amount of gameplay time. I spent about 12 hours in game, haven't finished yet, and even though it got sometimes repetitive, I still enjoyed it. Sunless Sea is an interesting roguelite RPG with great writing and an amazing atmosphere. Its art style is simply gorgeous, yet the game also has some downsides. Its combat is repetitive and mostly uninteresting, and the pacing is somewhat slow. However, if you like the genre, go for this game. Thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to like it. Also, you can like my page on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, or right away subscribe to get notifications about new content on this channel. Well, and now, once again, thank you for watching, and see you next time.